Hello, today we're going to be building a more complicated flow in Wordware. It's going to be a landing page generator. Now to start off, we're going to be taking in a couple inputs. We'll be taking in the name of the company you want to generate a landing page for, and also the description of the company, which will be a long text input. Now to start off, we're going to define some basic instructions that the flow will follow, kind of at a higher level. This is basically just saying, please design us a landing page, and then down here we're asking it to return us 5 sections that will comprise our landing page. Now to actually get these sections, let's create a new structure generation. And the reason we want a structure generation is so that we know we always get a list of actions out every single time. So this is going to be called sections, and inside we want a list of text fields called name. Now after we have done that, let's do some research. And so we're basically just going to say, please research the following company. And then we're going to reference the name of the company. And then we're going to say, here is a description of the company. And then reference the description. Now we actually want to do the research. So let's create a new generation. And we're going to call this research, and down here we are going to we're going to use Sonar Large because it's a perplexity model, so it has access to the internet, so we'll be using up-to-date information. After we research, we basically want to generate the copy for each section. Now to do this, we're going to start a loop, and here's the nice thing about using a structured generation here. We can actually iterate through that generation. Since it's a structured generation, we know that it's always going to be a list. So let's iterate through the sections.name. Inside here, we're going to say, please write the copy for this section. And then we are going to reference that item that we have just looped through. And now we are going to create a new generation, which we're going to call copy. Now that we have the copy, we actually want to write the code. So we're going to say, please create a landing page for the given company using HTML. Please style it with the style attribute. Make sure it is modern and sleek. Gotta throw that in. Only output code. That way it doesn't say, here's the code you wanted, and screw everything up. And so now we actually want to generate this code. So we start a new generation. Let's call this HTML because it's the HTML that's being generated. And let's use Sonnet because it's fantastic at coding. And now we actually want to be able to view this. We don't just want the code. So we're going to create a new subflow called deploy. And this is basically going to take in a long text input called HTML, and then we're basically going to deploy this using the code execution tool. So inside here, we're just going to write some basic JavaScript. So we're going to say const output URL equals await save file, and then we're going to reference that HTML that's passed in. We're going to say HTML text/HTML, and now we are going to log that output URL, and we are also going to return it so that we can reference that in our main flow. So now that we have that flow, we can reference it using the flow node in Wordware. Let's select the deploy flow, and let's reference the HTML that we just generated, and now this is going to return the URL for our template, or for our landing page. Now let's pass in Wordware, and let's say building the coolest AI agents of all time, possibly. Now let's run it and see what it generates. Alright, looks like we got a response back. Let's check it out. Alright, well, we got ourselves a landing page. Looks pretty solid. We could keep refining this prompt to get a better output, but, looks pretty good for now. All right, hope you guys enjoyed.